Say hello to skydiver Charlie. Charlie forgot something when he jumped out of the airplane today. That area we just left is called the Dead Dune area. And it's the Dead Dune because in 1950. Silver Lake on your right, Lake Michigan on your left, although it is a bit hazy out there.
Yeah.
If you look at the side of the dune there, you'll see a number of holes that are made by a bird called a dune swallow. They burrow right in there and make their nest in there. You may see birds flying in and out of the dune today.
Wow.
Cool.
You can see Lake Michigan from here, and this is normally where we'd take you down to Lake Michigan. But a few weeks ago, a bird called a piping plover came and landed on our beach. It's an endangered species. It does it every year, but it comes in and it makes a nest and lays eggs. And so, because they're endangered species, the DNR comes in, puts a little net around the nest and to protect it from predators, and everything's fine. But once those eggs hatch, then the little piping plovers come out and they run around the beach, learning how to fly. It takes them about 30 days. And so, right now we're at the tail end of that. We got about another week left, and those piping plovers will fly away and we'll be back down on the beach. But they're really small, so we don't want to run them over.
No.
If you feel like going for a swim today, Sheboygan, Wisconsin's only 57 miles due west of here. It's as close as Wisconsin gets to our lower peninsula. So we call this the Narrows of Lake Michigan. One of the reasons we're out there so far is we sit on a point called Little Sabo Point. 30 miles to our north in a little town called Ludington. That's Big Sabo Point. Both those points jet out into Lake Michigan 7.5 miles further than anywhere else on the coast. It also means we got to have a lighthouse. Little Sabo Point Lighthouse, 1 mile down the beach this way. How many of you have been to the lighthouse? All right, for the rest of you, I'll show you how to get there at the end of the ride. It's great beach access. You can visit the lighthouse, tallest working lighthouse in Michigan, but even better, you can go down to the beach and experience Lake Michigan. The depth of Lake Michigan at its deepest is 400 feet in most areas, but if you go 60 miles to the north in a little town called Manistee, Michigan, depth of the lake gets to be 900 feet deep. So you can imagine if a ship sinks there, it's going to be pretty tough to find it, let alone drag it out of there. We're going to make a couple more stops, and we're going to drop you off on a live dune called Razorback. You can see on the other side of the forest there our ORV. You see a few vehicles moving around. Just to the left is Test Hill. That's where drivers sit on top of that hill. This forested area, this wildlife area won't be here in 50 to 75 years. The dune is moving, and eventually it will bury all of it. But right now, we've got bald eagle in there. We had a black bear sighting last year. Deer, fox, coyotes, squirrels, skunks, bobcats, possums. We got all kinds of animals in there. Aardvarks, armadillos, giraffes. It's incredible. If you look at the edge of this dune, however, notice some of these trees get buried. They start to choke out and die. They can't get enough moisture. But in front of our vehicle, these trees are doing pretty well. These are cottonwood poplars. Cottonwood poplar trees have a unique systemic root system that allows it to survive in these conditions. What that means is, as the dune comes, it covers up that tree, and its branches get covered with sand. Those branches send out roots looking for moisture. So these trees you're looking at right here, they're actually about 80 feet tall, as tall as the dune. Wow. Just continue to thrive in this area. We're going to go down the road here ways. We're going to turn left. We're going to go down a hill and up a hill. When we go up the hill, look to your left, you'll see a famous backwoods dune ride landmark, and it's called Lake Wee Wee. Ladies and gentlemen, Lake Wee Wee. Everything to the left of the vehicle is pedestrian area. See some pedestrians, there you go. Got a fantastic look at Silver Lake right here. The dune to your right is called Razorback. The one to your left is called Sugarloaf. The one with all the people on it is Sugarloaf there. And like I said, the dune is moving. As Sugarloaf has moved throughout the years, it has buried 7 cottages.
Wow.
And there's one cottage on the other side of that dune. That guy's paying about $10,000 a year in sand removal, so his doesn't become number 8. Depth of Silver Lake at its deepest, 20 feet. It seems to get a little more shallow each year as it takes on more and more sand. The thing you guys need to be aware of is all along this side of the lake, all along this shore, great spot, as you can see, very popular with people parking their boats and hanging out. But the thing you guys need to be aware of is you can only go into that water so far on this side of the lake, and there's a 16-foot drop off. Okay, so it catches up on it. It's really close to shore. In fact, if you can see a color change in the water, that's where the drop off is. All right, so please be careful if you're ever out there. We're going to go over here to Razorback Dune. We're going to let you out for about 5 to 10 minutes. I will be available to take any pictures you might want of you and your group inside the vehicle or outside the vehicle. Just let me know. I'd be happy to do it. That is a real wood snake. Made of real wood. The area behind me is called Lost Lake. It used to be part of Silver Lake, but the dune moved and it isolated it. Now it's a great place for animals to go get a bath or get a drink of water. The other thing I want to talk about at this stop is something called fulgurite. And when lightning strikes the sand, it heats it up to 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. It melts that sand, and when it cools, it crystallizes into a silica glass tube called the fulgurite. They're pretty unique, they're pretty rare, and we found a number of them here on the dunes. Wow. So when we get back, slip back into the gift shop there, along one of the walls is a display case full of fulgurite and other artifacts we found here on the dunes. How many of you have seen the movie Sweet Home Alabama?
I do.
All right. Remember the fulgurite in that movie?
Yes.
All right, ours doesn't look anything like that. Who wants to do the ride backwards?
All right.
Oh, just one person. All right. Never mind.
Damn it.
Wow. It doesn't.
Mine's okay.
Doesn't make sense for them to be going down there.
No, it doesn't.
What's up?